So with my outfitting business, the Phantom Ridge Outfitters, there's a lot of guys that they won't bring binoculars to the Midwest to deer hunt. They think, oh, when the deer comes out, I'll shoot it. And bow hunters are notorious for this, but gun hunters will too. And I absolutely disagree with that terminology. I want to be in the tree stand. I want to be glassing. I want to see that deer before he sees me or before he's even in my comfort zone. I want to know he's coming. And if it's a little 6-point or something and he's walking through the trees, I don't have to be clipped into my bow, have the gun up and waiting for it to show up to know it's a 6-point. I've already picked him apart. I've judged him that he's a young deer, and I can get my camera out. I can take a picture. I can do whatever I need to do. I'm not worried about that being the next 180 because I've glassed him way before he would even smell me, see me, anything like that. And I don't think guys give optics enough credit for that. And it's a little frustrating from the outfitting side of things. I've got my beat around pair of binoculars that I give specifically a couple of bow hunters that refuse to bring binos, which that's a whole nother story. But yeah, binoculars in the Midwest for whitetail hunting, I personally believe are crucial.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just like you're bow hunting out west. You still need to be able to see and judge what that critter is before he gets into that range where you're going to have to move slow or get ready, and you don't want to be getting ready for every single deer that walks by because you don't know if it's a buck or not. When you can, and even in the trees, you can look, and with a good pair of binoculars, you can look and see, oh, dang, that's a good buck, but he's a little outside of my range, so I'm going to grunt or, tinkle the rattling horns or, do something to make him turn, especially during archery season when those bucks are just cruising.
Mm-hmm.
And, and this, with the way that this year is, we're going to be spending more time in the timber. So being able to, okay, there's a sound in the leaves. Is that a squirrel or is that a deer? I can see movement, but with your naked eye, you can't pick out what that critter is. So if you, a good 10 by 42, you can pick up, oh, dang, that's a deer leg, and, see, okay, there's the body. Oh, dang, that's a buck. I should get ready. Mm-hmm. Or, there's going to be an opening that you can see with your binoculars or even limbs, because a lot of these limbs here are fairly small, and you're looking with your naked eye and you get ready to shoot and you don't see that tree branch that's in front of you that you can't see
the
with
quarter-inch branch that's at 25 yards that you could see with your pair of binos, but you couldn't see with your naked eye.
Yeah, so that's another, the brush, that's a whole a whole nother reason to have a pair of binoculars.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then when you're glassing deer in the timber, you can see that that's a deer at 50 yards with the naked eye. But when he's in thick brush, and you're like, is it a little buck? Is it a big buck? And you're glassing, and he's walking through holes. Okay, you can see in one spot. All right, he's got a 10-inch G2. Or, I can't see all the tines, but he's got great main beams, and, he's got split brow tines or a kicker. Like, you can gather a ton of information and not see the
full thing.
Rack, and
absolutely.
But he's walking through the timber. You've gathered that info as that deer's coming from 100 yards.
And you know that once he clears that opening, you're going to shoot him.
You're going to shoot him.
That you can't see with the naked eye. You say, oh, that's a pretty decent deer.
Yeah.
But that's all you can tell.